bro? Because I'm having a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Oh yeah, this is great.
I'd rather do this than sit on my
Debut
couch
show.
watching TV.
What's that?
I'd rather do this than sit on my couch
Oh,
watching
yeah.
TV.
Oh no,
And if there's any sponsors out there that wants their sponsors, there's a little spot right over here in the corner for sponsorships, right over this way. So check that out. I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA and ProWrestlingAuthority.com. That is Ted Check from the Ted Check Show. Fight fans, you know
Yes,
him.
sir.
Check his videos out on YouTube. He keeps everyone up to date on nice short videos. They're not too long. They get straight to the point. They're fun.
Very short. They're very short videos.
And check them out. I wouldn't rather do this with any other co-host besides Ted Check.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you.
I was actually turned on to you, Ted Check, from one of my friends who told me, mix up of words. One of my friends was like, check this dude out. Another mess up on words.
Ooh, check him out.
Dude,
Now go ahead, Eddie. I know what you're saying. Go ahead.
He was like, go check out Ted Check's videos on YouTube.
There you go.
And I
Perfect.
checked them out, and I liked what I saw. So thank you, Ted, for your update videos. I am looking forward to doing this every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. Right now we have pandemonium going on outside the screen, Ted. Our pet rat and mascot is missing.
Rats missing?
Running around the studio somewhere. That our mascot, Spider, Peanut. We also got a new mascot too. We have 2 pet rats now, and
God.
one is now missing, running around the house somewhere. And,
He doesn't like the other guy.
Well, we got a new one. Babe, what's the new one's name? Penelope. Nelly. We're gonna be calling her Nelly.
Nelly.
I'll bring her on the show next time. You guys can see the video. I used to have her on my shoulder. She's potty trained. She's pretty cool. But all right, let's get into tweet of the week.
You got wait, whoa! You got a rat that's potty trained?
Oh yeah, we got 2 female rats. She's potty trained. She literally just hangs out on the couch with us. Her cage is in the middle. It's like an L-shaped couch, and the cage is like right in the middle. And she comes out of the cage, walks out, jumps up on your lap. She cuddles with us at night. She just sits there watching TV, hanging out, watching MMA with us. She was climbing. We thought it was a guy at first. Remember I was telling you this on the podcast? She was climbing all over the cage, so we named her Spider, and I was calling her Anderson.
Yeah.
And we found out
it's a
that
girl.
there were no testicles and that it's a girl. And I kind of like that more, honestly. But yeah, she's potty trained. She hangs out on the couch, just chills with us, cuddles with us at night.
That's fantastic.
Chills on the windowsill. But the new one is missing right now. The one that's not trained to just chill with us. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Gotta get her in line.
yeah, I know. We had Angie Jabs coming here, so there was no one attending it. So all right, let's back into MMA.
Yeah.
If you see me jump up like a 60s cartoon, and pull my skirt up, it's because there's a rat underneath me. So, if you see me dancing around on the table, it's because of that. All right, so the tweet of the week segment. And once again, guys, if you have any ideas on good segment ideas, shoot them our way. All right, the UFC quoted Patrick Cote before the fight with Cowboy of him saying he has a weak chin and that he's going to choke. Which obviously that didn't come true at all because he got knocked down 3 times. Also, Johnny Bones posted a funny Snapchat photo right there, you guys, right in front of you, of him wearing these dork glasses. I thought that was pretty cool. I think that's one of my front runners so far for Tweet of the Week. Let me know what you guys think. Also, Claudia Gadelha showing us that she's getting ready for her fight with Claudia. Or Claudia getting ready with her fight with Claudia. No, Claudia getting ready for her fight with Joanna. Coming up, we're going to be getting into that as well. But in the picture, definitely check that out. Look at her abs in this picture I got posted right here. It looks like a cartoon, Ted. And I know you can't see it right now, but
I can see it, but
it's pretty impressive. And she was actually just tested by USADA, one of the most tested fighters this year so far.
Well, there was that suspicion out there, but so we'll just have to see what the results are. But
yeah, she's looking
abs
good.
don't win fights, though, huh?
Oh yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that fight. And for those of you guys who are watching The Ultimate Fighter, let us know whether you're Team Joanna or Team Claudia. I started the season out as Team Joanna, but I've been leaning towards Claudia. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Paige Van Zant takes a selfie on the beach that blew up Twitter like crazy. And now, or I'm not on the beach, he was poolside at the Zaring group, or whatever that is. Go check that out. What is the tweet of the week, guys? I think that Johnny Bones tweet is the tweet of the week. Let us know. Tweet us at evil_echo on Twitter. And Ted, what is your Twitter name for everyone to find you?
I think it's just at Ted Check.
And that's not CHECH. That is...
Or, yeah, it's CZECH.
CZECH.
Yeah, it's like the Czech Republic.
And my name, it's not Echo, it's evil_ECCO, not ECHO. So find me on Twitter at evil_echo. That's EVIL_ECCO. Find Ted on Twitter at Ted CZECH. Let us know who deserves tweet of the week. Let us know if you have any tweet of the week suggestions. And let's get into what we have all been waiting for. We have all been sitting patiently. We've been playing these games, but it is time to talk about the landmark fight, UFC 200. Ted, what are you looking forward to out of these 3 days of fights? We have live on Fight Pass, RDA versus Eddie Alvarez, Thursday, July 7th, starting at 10 p.m. Also on the card, Roy Nelson versus Derek Lewis, Alan Jaban versus Belal Muhammad. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Following that day, here, let me pull the schedule up really quick for everyone, Ted, and I'm just gonna announce what the fights are, and then you can get into what we'll talk about it once we announce what the fights are. Following that, Friday, July 8th, it's the Tough 23 finale starting at the main card starting at 10 p.m. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Claudia Gadelha in the rematch. Also on that card, the 12-6 Gray Maynard versus Bruno, 16-3, and Ross Pearson versus Ill Will Brooks, and Jake Matthews versus Kevin Lee. I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. And then we get into it live on pay-per-view, July 9th. It is the moment we have all been waiting for, the moment we've all been talking about, what me and Ted are about to talk about, and what everyone's going to be talking about for the next couple of weeks. UFC 200 live on pay-per-view, main card 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. for you guys over on Cali. On that card, we got DC versus Bones, Lesnar versus Hunt, Tate versus Nunes, Aldo versus Edgar, Cain Velasquez versus Travis Browne. I know you guys in the chat room want to know more about that.
All right.
Kat Zingano versus Juliana Pena, Hendricks versus Gaslam, TJ versus Sun Tzu, Sage Northcutt versus Enrique Marin, Thiago Sanchez versus Joe Lozon, Gegard Mousasi versus Thiago Santos, and that, I'm out of breath, but what are you looking most forward to, Ted?
Eddie, I think there's one more. Jim Miller versus Takanori Gomi.
Yep, that's right. That's
the
right.
last fight.
That's right. So let's start with the RDA card. Let's look into that. We're gonna give you guys our quick picks, and I know that we're gonna get into this more in the next weeks. We still got some time to go before the fight, so we'll give you guys more of a better breakdown, I should say, in our shows and next week on Wednesday's show. So we got RDA, and everyone's seeing the stats right now, Ted. RDA versus Eddie Alvarez. RDA is 24-7 versus Eddie Alvarez, who's 27-4. Who are you liking here?
Well, Eddie, if I could just say, first of all, after all that you said about this weekend, and it's actually like a 5-day massive MMA orgy. That's what I would describe it as, this extravaganza that's going on in Vegas.
From July 5th to July 10th.
Yeah. And the 7th, 8th, and the 9th are the fight nights, but there's so much other stuff that's going to be going on. It's just.
Do you have the schedule in front of you right now?
I can't see it, but it's just it's beyond, I think, anyone's imagination, really. It just the way they set this whole thing up, the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and wow. I mean, I know I can be critical of the UFC at times, but I think that's that's what we do. We as MMA pundits, we have to be critical when that's the case. But this is something that is going to be really, like you said, a landmark event or a series of landmark events. So Yeah, sorry, just to get back into RDA versus Alvarez.
Well, no, wait. You're on really good. I have the schedule. I have the schedule actually pulled up for everyone. And
All right.
July 5th is the UFC Fight Night Open Workouts. July 6th, the UFC 200, the Ultimate Fighter Finale Press Conference. The UFC Fight Night Weigh-In, and International Fight Week Kickoff Party, presented by Metro PCS and Pandora. July 7th, it was just announced that Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz press conference will be July 7th. The UFC 200 Open Workouts, the Ultimate Fighter Finale Weigh-In, UFC Fight Night RDA versus Eddie Alvarez. Let's get into that right now for everybody. Yeah. We're on July 7th. Here we go right here. I'm pulling up the stats for everybody. We got RDA versus Eddie Alvarez. Who are you liking here, Ted?
I like Alvarez. I picked Alvarez in this one. He has, you look at his last two fights, and you might say that the guy is not exactly the most exciting fighter out there, but he knows how to win. He has figured out the blueprint for winning, and I think he's going to continue that with RDA. He's just going to smother the guy. He's not going to give RDA any room to breathe.
That's exactly what he did to Pettis.
Right. It's going to be. I'm not saying that RDA and Pettis are the same fighter, but I just think that Alvarez has developed this style that I think he thinks that he can beat anybody with this style, no matter what they bring to the table, and he's just going to continue. And you can say, he's not the most exciting fighter, and
as Conor McGregor would say, you're a prelim fighter. And as RDA would say, I'm gonna show Conor the violent side of fighting.
I like that, Eddie. I like that. You're pretty good at that.
It's those voiceover classes I'm taking.
Yeah, so they're starting to pay off, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm going with Alvarez. How about you, Eddie?
Well, you're going with Alvarez?
Yeah, I'm going with Alvarez. Alvarez is going to beat RDA. Heck yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, let's look into this. RDA is 24-7. Eddie Alvarez, who was in the he was in Bellator, and
he was a longtime Bellator lightweight champ.
Yep, and he was just came to the UFC, and he been making upsets. And you guys can find the video of that upset against Pettis on UFC Fight Pass. No, on YouTube for free. You don't need Fight Pass to watch that. And you can watch the RDA versus Jason High interview as well. And you can not interview. I interviewed him. My bad. The RDA interviewing Jason High. Imagine that. But yeah, you guys can check those out. So Ted, you're going Eddie Alvarez. I'm going with RDA here.
All right, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, also on that card, before we move on to the next one, Roy Nelson versus Derek Lewis.
Right.
We found the rat, Ted. We found the rat.
You got the rat? You got the rat?
We found the rat. Babe, let me see the rat real quick.
It's alive?
Show everyone. I want to introduce our newest mascot. She was in the closet, apparently.
Oh, there's Angie.
Here's our newest little member right here on my shoulder.
That crazy thing.
Oh, and there she goes. So, thank God we found that. There she is.
Wow, look at that.
She's cute. But yeah, we're going to try to potty train her. Alright, so back in the MMA fights. Let me pull that screen back up. Also on this card, we have Roy Nelson versus Derek Lewis. And Derek Lewis has been knocking everybody out lately. I'm definitely excited for this fight. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, yeah, Derek Lewis, you're right. He has been knocking everybody out. And Roy Nelson, we know what he brings to the table as far as his punching power. And he's, he's got a hell of a chin as well. I don't know, man. I really, it's a tough one to pick. This is almost a flip a coin kind of thing. I don't see it going to the ground. It's just going to be, it's going to be two heavyweights banging it out. And, rock'em sock'em robots, baby.
Yeah. Well,
Jeez.
Roy Nelson is 22-12. Derek Lewis is 15-4. the Black Beast, and he scares me after he wins fights. He does that weird roll thing. And,
you do this too?
Yeah.
He does the chest. He pounds on the chest.
He has 19 fights and 14 wins by knockout.
That's scary. It is scary. I mean, you could say that Roy Nelson has taken a lot more damage than Lewis.
He also has a legendary chin. Yeah, Brandon Shaw
He does.
says it. He said that when Roy Nelson hit me, it was the hardest punch I've ever taken, and it was a game changer. When he in the Ultimate Fighter season 10, the finale when Schaub gets knocked out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Big Country is 22-12. He also has 14 knockouts. He has 4 wins by submission. Can you picture that?
Oh, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, believe it or not. I mean, even with that massive, beer belly cheeseburger.
With world-class experience as well. 34 professional matches. I mean, that is definitely going to be a very exciting fight to start off fight week.
I don't think it gets past the first round, though. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be over in the first round.
A lot of people are definitely going to be saying the same thing. I agree, but I'm going to say this is going to be ending in the second round.
Okay. Okay.
I could say the first round very easily, but I think these two are going to try to feel each other out first and then start going harder. I don't know because I haven't seen the fight yet. We can only take guesses, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm usually wrong. All the time on YouTube, people are like, you were wrong about your prediction. I'm like, you know what, I was, and I don't care because it's MMA. You never know what can happen, and that's what makes it the greatest sport in the world. Because truly, it's just an amazing sport that is always shocking you. You know what I mean? It's always got those holy shit moments. As I think who said that, Dana White or somebody said. There's always those holy shit moments, and that's what makes it so great.
And if you guys want to see what my picks are, you can find me on the UFC Pick'em app. Just look up Evil Boy MMA. You'll see all my fight picks. You'll see my record. I have an 80% win.
Dude.
Picks. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good right now.
Wow.
Look me up, Evil Boy MMA. We can make a league. We can join our own league. Go against one another. Everyone who watches the show every week, we can make this fun. Every time that there's an event, we can all talk with one another about our picks. I'm excited for the show, Ted, and this is a great debut episode.
Yeah.
I know we're getting towards the end of it, but let's get into the following day. I'm gonna pull the
Right.
schedule back up really quick for everyone to look at. So after July 8th, July 8th is going to be the
July
Ultimate
8th is
Fighter finale. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Claudia Gadelha at the MGM Grand Theater or MGM Grand Arena. I'm looking forward to that. Let's look at Joanna versus Claudia. This is going to be the rematch. Joanna is undefeated. Claudia Gadelha has 1 loss. That 1 loss is to Joanna.
Yeah.
Everyone says that's a very close fight in that first fight. You guys, I'm pretty sure that's a free fight as well. If it's not yet, it will be very soon. They'll definitely be posting that. Make sure you guys follow the Ultimate Fighter Season 23. These two are the coaches. They've been going at it all season. Ted, who do you like here?
I like the champ, Joanna champion, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Just a very skilled fighter. Claudia had said, she's just a stand-up fighter with good takedown defense. But you know what? That's all she needs, I think. Well, I don't want to say that's all she needs, and I'm sure she, trains in her ground game quite a bit as well. She'd be a fool not to, but her stand-up is just so tight. She's so skilled on the feet, and I'm predicting another win for her. I think she's really going to take it. I think she has gotten inside Claudia's head. I think she's taken up residence there, rolled out her bed, and she's got everything all set inside Claudia's mind. I think that's kind of right. I mean, that's been the kind of the recurring theme throughout this Ultimate Fighter season. It's the two of them getting real close and saying stuff to each other, and you're like, "Ooh, they're gonna kiss,"
They call me the champ in Poland.
There you go. There you go. You got that.
And then Claudia, here's my Claudia impressions. Thank you, the judges. That was Claudia making fun of Joanna on Ultimate Fighter. Thank you, the judges.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
the Brazilian doing a Polish accent.
yeah.
Or in your case, an Italian doing a Brazilian doing a Polish.
You know what? We were doing pretty good impressions on the last when you came on the podcast on.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Yeah, you were actually on my podcast on iTunes and on one of my YouTube shows. This is our third show together now.
Was this number 3? Okay.
So for you guys watching, go check out me and Ted's older shows. They're not that old; they're only a couple weeks old. My podcast is on iTunes, Pure Evil MMA, and also me and Ted's show is on my channel, and he's also shared it on his channel as well. And we got like 600 views in a week. So let's keep this rolling. We got something great going on.
You got to find a way to put this on iTunes. We got to put this on more platforms, Eddie.
And if you guys know how to do that, let us know, because I'm doing the best I can over here, and I only know so much. I mean, I'm going to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and I'm learning as I'm going. So if you guys know how to do this, or even if you guys have any show ideas, segments, we did the Dana White quote game, we did Tweet of the Week. Shoot some ideas our way. We're open to anything, questions, anything. All right. So who do you got, Joanna or Claudia?
Yeah, I picked Joanna for that.
I'm going Joanna. So,
all right.
Team Joanna over here.
That's right.
I'm not going to argue against it, but I do think it's going to be an amazing fight. Do you think it's going to be going to decision, or how do you think it's going to be going?
Yeah, unanimous decision this time for Joanna. Yeah, I don't think she's going to be able to finish her. Claudia's tough, so I don't think she's going to be able to finish her, but it'll be a dominant performance.
Before we move on, also on that card, Ross Pearson versus Ill Will Brooks.
Right. Will Brooks with the debut.
Yep.
I think he'll get the win there. I think he'll use his wrestling. I don't think he's gonna want to stand toe to toe with Ross Pearson. I think he's gonna play it smart for his UFC debut.
Yeah, I hope. I'm going with Ill Will on that one, but
yeah.
Also, Jake Matthews is on that card versus Kevin Lee. Who else? Gray Maynard's on the card versus Bruno. That's gonna be cool. All right, so here we go, guys. It is gonna be UFC 200, July 9th. I am totally looking forward to this. Everyone's looking forward to this.
Can you imagine having tickets to all 3 of those events?
Oh,
my mind would explode.
Oh man, mine too. Mine too.
In my bank account.
July 9th on pay-per-view, UFC 200. And we're just going to really focus on that one fight here, which is DC versus Jon Bones. And we'll get into more fights in our show and maybe next week. Definitely next week. There's no not talking about UFC 200.
Right, and we can break it down when we have more time. We can break all the fights down and stuff like that. Do more in-depth stuff, right?
This is huge, and let us know if you guys think this is going to be bigger than UFC 100. UFC 100 sold 1.6 million views, or 1.4.
Nice.
Do you know, Ted? I'm not sure.
Oh God, what was it? You're somewhere. You're in the ballpark. Yeah.
To that.
It didn't make 2 million. But yeah, 1 point whatever it was million pay-per-view buys.
I think this card has enough to break that. I really do. We've grown so much since the last 99 events, and
right,
I think Brock Lesnar is going to be that tipping point.
Right.
We don't have McGregor, so you need that, in my opinion.
Right, like I was saying earlier in the show, they needed that star power, and so then when they didn't have Conor McGregor, when they couldn't get GSP in time, I guess, he wasn't quite ready yet. They looked to and Ronda not in the picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So they needed that one big star, so they had to go with Brock.
So Sammy wants to know, I know we just said we're only going to talk about Bones, but he wants to know what you think about Kane versus...
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to talk about that. Yeah, let's just do it. I mean, you want to just do that one real quick?
Yeah,
or
let's do that, and then we'll break down DC Bones.
Yeah, I'm going with Cain Velasquez on that one.
I mean, how do you think he's going to look? I mean, if this was a couple years ago once again, you got the gatekeeper, Travis Browne, and Cain Velasquez. I think his cardio is a huge thing. But are we going to see the same Cain?
I think we are. You know, I mean, there were.
He just had surgery on his neck, correct? Or
I think it was his back.
or yeah, yep.
I'm not sure whether it was high up or down low or whatever. But I think it was his back. But I mean, he's had a lot of injuries, and the guy seems to always bounce back from those. You know, he seems to be really resilient as far as that is concerned. He's just a tough dude all around. And you know, that last fight with Verdum, that was, you know, the whole sea level Cain thing. You know,
Yep.
You know, he didn't get to Mexico City in time to get totally acclimated, whereas Verdum had been there for so many more weeks than he had. Okay, you know, if that in fact is true, if that's not just an excuse, this is not being held in Mexico City. So we're going to see full power Cain Velasquez here. You know, he's going to have a full gas tank.
Yeah.
I see him. He's going to wreck Travis Browne, TKO or knockout, whatever. You know, going to be able to do it. He's going to be able to. You know, Cain's got a good chin. He's going to be able to take Travis Browne. You know, he's going to be able to take some of his shots. Still has to be careful because Browne is powerful, but I think Cain's going to be able to do it.
I hope so, man. I really do. I'm going with Cain on this one as well.
The only thing I was going to say, the only thing he's got to watch out for is Browne loves to do those elbows, bang, bang.
Yep.
When if you go for the double and you get him pinned up against the fence, Cain's got to be aware of this. Finish that double. Don't just sit there with it. You know, if you can't get it immediately, back out, because otherwise he's going to hit you with those elbows and you're going to go nighty-night.
Yeah. Yep. Ugh, I hope not, man. I hope that doesn't happen.
What does Sammy think?
Sam, what do you think? Let us know in the chat room, and we'll acknowledge what you think in a second. So, honestly, though, it would be a huge upset, in my opinion, if Cain lost this fight. But I want to see Cain as champion again, dude. And I know I'm gonna get some lip for that, but I just thought he was such a dominant champion. And after that JDS fight, man, both JDS and Cain really haven't been the same.
Well, I mean,
both fights, you know.
Cain has 2 wins over JDS, well, I mean, you know, Cain, if he gets this win, the question is, does that put him in a good position to challenge for the title, you know, after we see Miocic versus Overeem?
Sammy says he definitely thinks Cain will ground and pound for a win. That's a great, I could totally see that happen. Sammy's also saying he can't wait to see how he looks. We don't know what to expect from him right now, you know?
Right. I mean, you know, I think Cain is, you know, such a disciplined fighter. You know, trains hard. Although, you know, his camp, aka American Kickboxing Academy, they
go hard over there.
Right. There's been that criticism, so we'll pull back a little bit so as not to aggravate any injuries or create any new injuries. You know, will he kind of step back a little bit and maybe not go hard all the time?
I was listening to an interview. I forgot whether it was on Joe Rogan Experience or Fighter and the Kid or MMA Hour or the MMA Beat. One of those podcasts. I listened to an interview and they were talking about it, and they were saying that it just looked like his training coach had no idea what he was really teaching him, and that Cain, you know, he'll listen to whatever you have to say, and you know, I wish I can remember the exact interview. I'll figure it out and I'll post it down below. But they talk about Cain and his training camp, and you know, things that definitely need to change for him to grow as a fighter. And I think Cain's gonna win. I do. I think that he's gonna show up. I think he's gonna look great. I think his conditioning is still gonna be on point. I would love to see him win for a ground and pound, but once again, he's got to look out for those elbows, like you said.
Right. I mean, and the kicks. I mean, Travis Browne is very tall.
And the fingers.
Yeah, gotta watch out for that. Travis Browne, 6'7". You know what I mean? Cain Velasquez is 6'1". So you got to watch out for the length there of Travis Browne. But I think if you can get on the inside of him and just outwork him, get him. I don't know that Travis Browne has ever gone 5 rounds. I'm not sure that he has. So outwork the guy, and I think Browne's cardio will start to fail, and then Cain can get a takedown, and then, like Sammy said, ground and pound.
He said, I know Brunson had to pull out of 200. Do you know if they found new opponent for Gegard Mousasi?
Yeah, that's Thiago Santos.
Yep, we talked about that earlier in the live stream. So after we're done recording, if you missed any part of the show, or if you're just tuning in live right now, right now we just reached the 2-hour mark, Ted. Can you believe that?
Holy crap!
I know, right? I'm having a ball. And
yeah,
we're going to talk for about 5 more minutes. So about 5 to 10 more minutes, if that's all right. And
yep.
Like I was just saying, if you guys are just tuning into the live stream, I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA and ProWrestlingAuthority.com. That's Ted Check. Check out his videos on YouTube. They're always great. Sammy, thank you so much. He says, okay, gotcha. So yeah, check out the video once we're done recording. It will upload to my page. Ted can share it on his page as well to all of his viewers. And we'll be doing this every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. So if you're watching The Ultimate Fighter, put your laptop up next to you during commercials. Check out what we're saying. Like a fight companion. We only got a couple weeks left. So definitely check that out. Check out my podcast on iTunes. Let's talk about DC versus Jon Bones.
Right. Yeah, this is for all the marbles here, because DC is the champ, and then Jon Jones is the interim champ. Although if you ask Jon Jones, he would say DC is not the champ because, well, DC never beat Jon Jones. Jon Jones did through his poor choices, lost the title. So here we have the rematch. Well, I'm looking at my paper here. Jon Jones wins by decision. That's what I have written down here.
Well, you remember the first fight. I really don't see how DC's going to beat him. I really don't. But then again, if we look at Jon Bones' last fight, and I'm one to say that I wouldn't really judge him off that because he did win every single round. He didn't really want to risk it. I mean,
yeah. There was a little bit of playing it safe there.
Ovince St. Preux really had nothing to lose, and he has that walking backwards knockout power. But Bones won every single round. He didn't want to lose in front of DC, who was commentating at the time, especially. I didn't think he did bad, and he was also bringing up that his mother's leg was amputated the night before. So you see this fight going to decision. I see this fight going. Yeah, this is probably going to go the distance, but in favor of Jon Bones.
Right.
You did watch the last fight, obviously, and I'm pretty sure they posted that up on YouTube. If not, they will soon. What do you think that first round's going to be like?
Well, I mean, Jon Jones is, he's going to be. I don't think he's going to hold back. He's not going to hold back. He's gonna just throw everything at DC.
This is the moment. This is the moment right here.
This is the moment. So you're gonna see, you're gonna see all the flash of Jon Jones.
Dude, I can feel the energy already for this. I can't wait, man.
You're gonna see the spinning back elbow. You're gonna see he's gonna pull out all sorts of crap. He's gonna try to do everything. You're gonna see that oblique kick.
Yeah. Yes.
He's gonna probably try to palm DC on the head, because DC is about 5'10", 5'11". Jon Jones 6'4". Jon Jones is going to reach out and just
Bones is 5 inches taller.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna try to clown him. He's gonna try to make him look silly, and make an example out of him, and he's. And I wouldn't be surprised if after the fight ended, Jon Jones has got the double birds going and the whole thing. You know what I mean? He's just gonna he's gonna try to bury DC, and maybe he'll even decide you know what, I'm going to punish this guy. I'm going to purposely not finish him, even though I probably could. I'm just going to punish him over 5 rounds and make him just gasping for air at the end. That's the kind of guy Jon Jones is.
Well, DC is 17-1, and his only loss is to Jon Bones. This is going to be an exciting fight, man. I definitely can't wait for this. DC has 8 wins by knockout, 2 wins by submission, 6 wins by decision. I definitely see this going to a decision as well. I'm totally looking forward to this fight. DC versus Gustafsson was an exciting fight as well. But everyone has been waiting for this fight for so long now, this rematch. And it's finally time to come. I'm happy that this is on the head of UFC 200.
Main event.
I think this is a great fight. 22-1 Jon Bones Jones. He's only 28 years old. 8 wins by knockout, 6 wins by submission, 8 wins in decision. This is going to be awesome, man. I definitely can't wait for this.
Oh, yeah.
So let's give everyone a rundown on today's show. We talked about our views on Fedor. We talked about GSP. We did the Dana White quote game. We did International Fight Week. We did Tweet of the Week. Make sure you guys tune in next week and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing this every Wednesday night. We're wrapping up the show now. We're at 2 hours and 5 minutes. And I kind of see how the Joe Rogan Experience can do this. You know, they're just hang out, talk fights.
Yeah, man.
And thank you so much, Ted. At this point in the show,
you did all the technical stuff here. I really appreciate that, you know, because I am not that skilled in any of that stuff. So I really appreciate you going the extra mile. Like you said, you were working all day today on show prep and you know, doing all this chat window stuff. I just, you know, I'm an old man.
Guys, there is room for sponsorship right here and right here. So we are open to that. Either this way
absolutely
or this way.
Absolutely, you know.
Like the scarecrow. Oh, this way or this way. So we're definitely open to that. I was actually just talking with Go Ham Clothing. I'm waiting for an email back from them about sponsorship, but we are open. I'm Evil Eddie from ProWrestlingAuthority.com and Pure Evil MMA. That's Ted Check. Thank you guys so much for listening to our show. Ted, can you let everyone know what they can expect from us? I mean, basically on my side, the way I'd wrap our show and describe our show that I'm trying to do is this is a show for the fans. This is a show for the chat room, for you guys all to interact with us. This is your chance to talk MMA with people that, you know, have some knowledge about MMA. Where you're not talking to your brother who just plays the video game or just knows who Brock Lesnar is. Ask away, guys. We'll answer any questions you want. If you guys have any ideas for little segments, we want to make this fun, interactive. We want to change the game in MMA talk shows. We want to make this as much as a TV show and an experience, a fun, interactive, live experience where we can all meet up. Follow us on Twitter. This is a family, man. MMA is my favorite live sport out there. It's growing, and this is the time. And I am so happy I found Ted and that you agreed to do the show with me, man. I have all these ideas in my head, and I just need the right person to talk to. And with you and this chat room here and these openings for sponsorships, we have a great plan ahead of us. And this was a great debut episode. So if you guys have any ideas, shoot them our way. Ted, what would you like to see from our show, and what can everyone expect from you?
Yeah, Eddie, I loved what you said right there, man. We got to make this. We want to make this as interactive as possible. That's what I love about the Facebook Live shows, and I think though with you and I together, I think it's double trouble. You know, I think it works. I think it's good. We got some good chemistry going here, and
it's intoxicating.
Intoxicating, and I mean, the name just came to me. Evil and Intoxicated.
It's perfect.
You know?
And at the beginning of the show, you'll be seeing it. I have Evil and Intoxicated episode 1. This was the landmark. So what can everyone expect from you, Ted?
Well, I mean, I don't know everything, so I appreciate everybody's comments. So anybody who has anything to say, questions, comments, criticisms, pile it on. You know, that's the way I run my YouTube channel. I don't, I don't profess to know everything. What I do know, I'll contribute to. I'll say what I do know, but everybody else is welcome to say stuff as well, because yeah, nobody can possibly know it all. So that's why I think we wanted to make it interactive, because maybe together we can figure out this crazy game.
Well, I'm totally excited. I like the interactive game ideas, the Dana White quote. Thank you, Angie Jabs, for coming on tonight. I know you were sleeping. We had a little rat scare. We had I got beat up. What else happened? We had a fun night. And in 2 hours, I could talk. This is awesome, man. This is what I want to do. I'm living the dream right now. So any haters out there, I don't care what you have to say, because I'm having fun. Finally. Thank you so much, Ted. And make sure you guys tune in every week. Wednesdays, we will be doing this 10 p.m. live interactive. I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA and ProWrestlingAuthority.com. Ted, you want to make your sign out? And we're going to be signing out right now.
That's it. Take care. See you next time.